Just for the record, I want to say that the question of the meaning of life is not a silly question. I know that Richard Dawkins says that, but the purpose of life, the meaning of it, and everything else is not a silly question. If science can't answer it, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. And if you say, well, that's not a question you should really ask a scientist, then that's another thing. You could say that. Somebody said, well, if somebody asked me, well, how do you put a carburetor on a car? I said, well, you should ask a mechanic, someone who specializes in putting carburetors on cars. It's not a good question to ask me because I don't know how to do that. I know what a carburetor is, but I just don't know how to put one on a car. I guess I could figure it out, if I took the time and read instruction books, and I do have books on like how to put a carburetor on a Honda Civic, like an old Honda Civic too, because I used to have one, a 1982 Honda Civic. But it's not a silly question. It's just a question I can't answer. And instead of saying, that's a question that I cannot answer for you. No. Why? Because to say that means to leave some slight door open for some legitimacy to religion. And the whole point of everything, of writing your books and saying things lately, because in the past he was writing really brilliant books, but the whole point is to say that religion has no legitimacy at all. Look, if you don't agree with it, that's one thing. But to just totally slam the door on it and say it's completely silly, well, that's a different story. That's all I have to say.